What if everything you thought was science fiction is actually just around the corner? Picture this. You wake up one morning and your coffee is brewed exactly how you like it. Your car drives you to work without you touching the wheel. And doctors can print a new organ for you in hours, not years. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if these advancements are closer to reality than you think? Over the next few minutes, we're diving into 30 groundbreaking technologies that are set to transform our world in ways you can't even imagine. From artificial intelligence that thinks like us to rockets that might take us to Mars, these innovations aren't just ideas anymore. They're becoming part of our daily lives. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll see the future isn't something far away. It's happening now, and it's going to change everything we know. Now, let's turn our attention to the first two technologies on this incredible list, which are already reshaping the world as we speak. Artificial intelligence and machine learning might sound like buzzwords, but their impact is anything but superficial. These innovations are moving far beyond simple automation and stepping into realms that once seemed impossible. Think about how machines can now understand and respond to human language with stunning accuracy. Natural language processing, for example, allows virtual assistants to decode not just what we say, but sometimes even what we mean. This breakthrough is powering everything from customer service chatbots to translation tools that help people connect across language barriers. But it doesn't stop there. Picture personalized experiences tailored just for you. Whether it's a streaming service recommending your next favorite show or an app crafting a fitness plan based on your habits. These aren't just conveniences, they're glimpses into how AI is learning to think like us, and the applications go even deeper. In healthcare, artificial intelligence is accelerating drug discovery, helping researchers find treatments for diseases in a fraction of the time it used to take. Imagine a future where life-saving medications are developed in months instead of decades. Meanwhile, in finance, machine learning algorithms are spotting patterns in data that humans could never detect, making fraud detection faster and more reliable. And let's not forget about autonomous vehicles. Cars that drive themselves are no longer a distant dream. They're being tested and refined with the potential to make roads safer and commutes more efficient. To bring these ideas to life, you might want to picture robots performing intricate tasks with precision, or AI-generated artwork that rivals creations made by human hands. These aren't just examples of what's possible, they're proof that the future is already here, and artificial intelligence is leading the charge. Next, we'll explore how quantum computing and blockchain are set to redefine the rules of technology even further. As we pivot from the revolutionary world of artificial intelligence, let's delve into another pair of game-changing innovations that are redefining what's possible in technology. Quantum computing and blockchain might seem like they belong in science fiction, but their real-world potential is already making waves. Quantum computing, for instance, is like giving a supercharged brain to machines. Imagine a computer so powerful that it can solve problems in seconds, problems that would take today's fastest supercomputers thousands of years to crack. This isn't just about speed, it's about tackling challenges we once thought were unsolvable, like modeling the behavior of molecules for drug discovery or optimizing global supply chains to reduce waste and cost. Picture a sleek quantum processor chip glowing faintly as it hums with this unimaginable power. On the other hand, blockchain is transforming the way we handle trust and security in the digital age. Think of it as an unbreakable digital ledger. Every transaction recorded on a blockchain is transparent, permanent, and tamper-proof. This means you can track anything from financial payments to the origins of the food you buy, all without needing a middleman. Imagine a network diagram showing countless interconnected nodes, each verifying and securing the data. Blockchain isn't just about cryptocurrencies, it's about creating systems where trust is built into the very fabric of transactions. Together, quantum computing and blockchain are setting the stage for a future where complex problems are solved effortlessly and where transparency and security become the foundation of our digital lives. Next, we'll explore how augmented reality and virtual reality are blending the physical and digital worlds in ways that are changing how we live, learn, and play. Now, let's step into a realm where the boundaries between what's real and what's digital begin to blur. Augmented reality and virtual reality are not just buzzwords, they're reshaping how we interact with the world around us. Imagine slipping on a headset and finding yourself transported to an entirely different universe. That's the magic of virtual reality. It completely immerses you in a digital environment, whether you're exploring ancient ruins, practicing complex surgical procedures, or even attending a virtual concert from the comfort of your home. For instance, medical professionals are already using VR to simulate high-pressure scenarios, allowing surgeons to hone their skills in a risk-free setting. Picture a trainee navigating a hyper-realistic virtual operating room, their every move tracked and analyzed to ensure precision once they step into the real one. On the flip side, augmented reality brings the digital into our physical space, enhancing the world we see with layers of information. Think about using your phone or smart glasses to navigate a new city, with directions and points of interest seamlessly overlaid on the streets in front of you. Beyond navigation, AR is revolutionizing industries like education by making learning more interactive. Picture students studying anatomy with a three-dimensional overlay of the human body hovering right on their desks. These technologies are not just for entertainment, they're powerful tools reshaping how we work, learn, and connect. Together, AR and VR are creating experiences that were once the stuff of dreams, making the impossible feel tangible and accessible to everyone. Up next, we'll dive into the lightning-fast world of connectivity with 5th generation and 6th generation networks, where speed and capacity are taking communication to a whole new level. As we zoom out from the immersive worlds of augmented and virtual reality, it's time to spotlight the invisible force that makes these innovations possible: connectivity. Enter the era of 5th generation and 6th generation networks, where speed isn't just fast, it's revolutionary. Imagine downloading an entire high-definition movie in seconds or controlling smart devices around your home with zero lag. That's the power of 5G, and we're only scratching the surface. Cities are already harnessing this technology to create smarter, more efficient infrastructures. Think of streetlights that adjust based on traffic or waste management systems that alert crews when bins are full. These advancements are setting the stage for something even bigger: 6G, which promises to push the boundaries of what's possible with ultra-low latency and the ability to handle massive amounts of data. Picture a world where autonomous vehicles communicate seamlessly with each other in real time, preventing accidents and optimizing traffic flow. Or consider wearable devices that monitor your health down to the smallest detail, transmitting information instantly to your doctor. With these networks, the future isn't just connected, it's hyper-connected. And as we lay the groundwork for smarter cities and more integrated Internet of Things ecosystems, one thing becomes clear: this is just the beginning of a transformation that will redefine how we live, work, and interact. Now, let's shift gears and explore another groundbreaking leap in transportation: autonomous vehicles and flying cars, where the roads and skies are no longer limits but opportunities. Now, let's steer our focus toward a future where the way we move is being completely reimagined. Imagine a world where your car drives itself, freeing you from the stress of traffic, or where flying taxis zip through the skies, bypassing gridlock entirely. This isn't just a dream anymore. It's a rapidly approaching reality thanks to the rise of autonomous vehicles and flying cars. These innovations aren't just about convenience, they're about transforming how we think about transportation altogether. Self-driving cars are designed to reduce human error, which is responsible for a staggering number of traffic accidents. By relying on sensors, artificial intelligence, and real-time data, these vehicles can navigate roads with precision, potentially saving thousands of lives every year. And flying cars, they're not just for sci-fi movies anymore. Companies around the globe are developing vertical takeoff and landing vehicles, or VTOL, that could revolutionize urban mobility by turning airspace into a new frontier for travel. Picture a city where commuting is faster, traffic jams are a thing of the past, and the skies are dotted with sleek, quiet aircraft ferrying people to their destinations in minutes. These technologies are still in their early stages, but their potential to improve efficiency, reduce emissions, and redefine urban planning is enormous. As we embrace these advancements, one thing becomes clear: the roads we travel, and even the skies above us, are set to change forever. Next, we'll delve into another life-changing field: biotechnology and gene editing, where science is rewriting the rules of health and human potential. As we shift gears from reimagining transportation, let's step into a realm where science is rewriting the very blueprint of life itself. Biotechnology and gene editing are not just advancements, they're reshaping what it means to be human. These fields are unlocking possibilities that once seemed confined to the pages of science fiction. At the heart of this revolution is a tool called CRISPR, a groundbreaking technology that allows scientists to edit DNA with remarkable precision. Imagine being able to snip out harmful mutations that cause diseases like cystic fibrosis or sickle cell anemia and replace them with healthy genetic code. This isn't a distant dream, it's happening now, offering hope to millions of people worldwide. Beyond curing diseases, biotechnology is paving the way for personalized medicine, where treatments are tailored to an individual's unique genetic makeup. This means more effective therapies with fewer side effects, transforming the way we approach healthcare as a whole. And it doesn't stop there. Gene editing is also being used to enhance agriculture, creating genetically modified crops that are more resistant to pests, droughts, and climate change. These innovations are helping combat global hunger while reducing the environmental impact of farming. Of course, with such incredible potential comes a wave of ethical questions. Should we edit human embryos to prevent genetic diseases? And where do we draw the line between therapy and enhancement? Could this technology widen the gap between those who can afford it and those who can't? These debates are as important as the science itself, shaping how society chooses to move forward. Picture laboratories buzzing with activity, scientists meticulously analyzing strands of DNA, and futuristic farms growing crops engineered to thrive in the harshest conditions. These advances are not just about extending lifespans and curing diseases, they're about enhancing the quality of life for everyone on the planet. As we continue exploring these technologies, we'll soon see how they intertwine with another transformative field: renewable energy and energy storage, where sustainability meets innovation to power the future. As we journey from the microscopic wonders of gene editing, let's zoom out to a much broader canvas, one where humanity is reimagining how we harness and store energy. Renewable energy and advanced energy storage are not just buzzwords, they're the backbone of a cleaner, greener tomorrow. Imagine a world where sunlight, wind, and innovative battery systems replace the fossil fuels that have powered our lives for centuries. This shift isn't decades away, it's unfolding right now, with breakthroughs that are as ingenious as they are essential. Solar energy, for instance, is no longer confined to traditional panels. Scientists are developing solar paint, a revolutionary material that turns any surface into a power generator. Picture the walls of your home or the roof of your car doubling as energy harvesters, silently soaking up sunlight to keep your lights on and your devices charged. Wind energy is also getting a futuristic upgrade. Floating wind turbines are being deployed in deep ocean waters, where winds are stronger and more consistent. These towering innovations are helping us tap into resources that were previously out of reach, bringing us closer to a world powered entirely by clean energy. But generating energy is only half the equation. Storing it efficiently is just as crucial, and here's where advanced battery technologies shine. Solid-state batteries, for example, are set to redefine how we think about energy storage. Unlike traditional lithium-ion batteries, these new designs are safer, longer-lasting, and capable of holding more energy in a smaller space. Imagine electric cars that charge in minutes instead of hours, or homes that stay powered through weeks of cloudy weather thanks to these next-generation systems. Together, these advancements are paving the way for futuristic energy grids, smart networks that balance supply and demand in real time. These grids can integrate renewable sources seamlessly, making blackouts a thing of the past while reducing our carbon footprint. It's a vision of sustainability and resilience driven by human ingenuity. As we marvel at these innovations, it becomes clear that renewable energy and energy storage aren't just about cutting emissions, they're about redefining what's possible. And this brings us to the next leap in human progress, the rise of three-dimensional printing and advanced robotics, where creativity meets precision to reshape the world as we know it. Now, let's step into a realm where imagination meets engineering, where the lines between science fiction and reality blur. Three-dimensional printing and advanced robotics are not just technological advancements, they're tools of transformation, redefining how we create, build, and interact with the world. These innovations are revolutionizing industries, one layer and one movement at a time. Three-dimensional printing, often called additive manufacturing, is changing the game by constructing objects layer by layer with precision that rivals nature itself. Need a new organ? Scientists are now bioprinting tissues, inching closer to the day when waiting lists for transplants could become a thing of the past. Picture a world where a machine can replicate the intricate structures of human organs, tailored specifically for each patient. And it's not just limited to healthcare. Imagine entire houses being printed in under 24 hours, complete with plumbing and electrical systems. This isn't a distant dream. It's happening right now in projects around the globe, offering affordable housing solutions and reducing construction waste dramatically. On the other side of this technological duo, advanced robotics is stepping in to handle tasks that once demanded human hands and minds. These aren't the clunky machines of the past. Today's robots are intelligent, adaptable, and capable of performing highly intricate work. Take robotic exoskeletons, for example. These wearable machines are empowering individuals with mobility challenges, giving them the ability to walk again or lift heavy objects with ease. In factories, robots are assembling electronics, packaging goods, and even learning on the job through artificial intelligence. They're not replacing humans, they're working alongside us, enhancing productivity and taking on dangerous or repetitive tasks to keep workers safe. Together, these technologies are a perfect synergy of form and function. Three-dimensional printing allows for unparalleled customization, creating objects perfectly suited for their purpose, whether it's a prosthetic limb designed for a child or a lightweight aerospace component. Meanwhile, advanced robotics brings these creations to life, automating processes that would take humans hours or even days to complete. Imagine a future where a robot can print a tool it needs to fix a machine, or where a surgeon uses a robotic assistant to implant a bioprinted organ. The possibilities are as limitless as they are exciting. As these innovations continue to evolve, they're not just reshaping industries, they're reshaping lives. From medical miracles to architectural marvels, three-dimensional printing and advanced robotics are proving that the future isn't something we wait for. It's something we build layer by layer and step by step. And speaking of building, our next stop on this journey is a vision of interconnected living, where entire cities are designed to think, adapt, and thrive alongside their inhabitants. Smart cities and the Internet of Things are turning this vision into reality, one sensor and one connection at a time. With the stage set for a deeper dive into how technology is reshaping our environments, let's turn our attention to the beating heart of modern urban innovation, smart cities powered by the Internet of Things. Imagine a city that doesn't just house its residents but actively works to improve their lives moment by moment. This isn't science fiction, it's a growing reality where sensors, data, and connectivity combine to create urban ecosystems that are efficient, sustainable, and surprisingly intuitive. At the core of this transformation is the Internet of Things, or IoT, a vast network of interconnected devices that communicate with each other to optimize everyday functions. Picture streetlights that dim when no one is around, conserving energy, and brighten automatically as you approach, enhancing safety. Or consider waste management systems that alert crews when bins are full, ensuring cleaner streets without unnecessary trips. These aren't isolated experiments, they're already in action in cities across the globe, quietly making urban living smoother and smarter. Take predictive maintenance, for example. Instead of waiting for a bridge to show visible signs of wear or a water main to burst, smart sensors embedded in infrastructure can detect issues early. These systems send alerts before problems escalate, saving time, money, and potentially lives. It's like giving a city the ability to take care of itself, one data point at a time. And the benefits extend beyond infrastructure. Homes are becoming smarter too, with devices like thermostats, security systems, and appliances all working together to create personalized experiences. Want your coffee brewed and your house warm just as you wake up? IoT makes that not just possible but seamless. This interconnectedness doesn't stop at doorsteps, it stretches across entire neighborhoods, creating urban landscapes that feel more responsive and alive. The vision for smart cities isn't just about convenience, though. It's also about sustainability. Imagine traffic lights that adapt in real time to ease congestion, reducing emissions and saving commuters hours of wasted time. Or buildings equipped with energy-efficient systems that adjust lighting and temperature based on occupancy and weather conditions. These innovations are helping cities tackle some of their biggest challenges, from pollution to overcrowding, while paving the way for a greener future. As we marvel at these advancements, it's worth pausing to consider the bigger picture. Smart cities and IoT aren't just about technology, they're about people. They're about creating spaces where life flows more smoothly, where resources are used wisely, and where communities thrive. And yet, the story doesn't end here. Beyond the horizon of our interconnected cities lies another frontier, one that takes us far above the clouds and into the cosmos. Space exploration and satellite technology are pushing boundaries we once thought were insurmountable, and their impact on our daily lives is closer than you might think. As we shift our gaze from the interconnected cities here on Earth to the vast expanse of space, it's impossible not to feel a sense of wonder. Human curiosity has always driven us to explore the unknown, and today, space exploration and satellite technology are opening doors that once seemed firmly shut. These advancements aren't just about reaching farther into the cosmos, they're reshaping how we live, communicate, and dream about the future. Private space companies are at the forefront of this revolution. Think about it, not too long ago, space travel was the exclusive domain of government agencies. Now, companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and others are making space tourism a reality. For the first time in history, ordinary people, well, at least those with deep pockets for now, are getting the chance to experience the awe of seeing Earth from above. And this is just the beginning. These companies aren't just focused on tourism, they're setting their sights on much bolder goals, like establishing colonies on Mars. Projects like Mars colonization might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but they're inching closer to reality with every test flight and prototype. Meanwhile, advanced satellite technology is transforming life here on Earth in ways that are hard to ignore. Take satellite internet, for instance. Companies like Starlink are working to provide high-speed internet access to even the most remote corners of the planet. Imagine students in rural villages gaining access to online education or doctors consulting with patients in areas without hospitals. This technology is bridging gaps and bringing people closer together, no matter where they are. And it's not just about connectivity. Satellites are playing a crucial role in monitoring our planet. From tracking climate change to predicting natural disasters, these eyes in the sky are giving us the data we need to make smarter decisions. Picture satellites capturing images of melting glaciers or detecting wildfires before they spread uncontrollably. This isn't science fiction, it's happening right now, and it's making a tangible difference in how we tackle global challenges. The visuals here are nothing short of breathtaking. Envision rockets blasting off into the sky, their engines roaring as they carry humanity's hopes into orbit. Picture constellations of satellites floating silently in space, their solar panels glinting in the sunlight as they relay signals back to Earth. These images remind us that the future isn't just something we imagine, it's something we're actively building. And yet, as awe-inspiring as these advancements are, they're not the final chapter in our journey through emerging technologies. Beyond the stars lies another realm of innovation that's bringing us closer to solving some of the most intricate problems on Earth. Nanotechnology and advanced materials are unlocking possibilities that sound almost magical, proving once again that the smallest changes can have the biggest impact. As we zoom in from the vastness of space to the infinitesimal world of atoms and molecules, we find ourselves at the frontier of innovation that's almost too small to see, yet too significant to ignore. This is where nanotechnology and advanced materials come into play, proving that sometimes the tiniest tools can solve the biggest problems. These technologies might sound like they belong in a sci-fi novel, but they're already reshaping industries in ways that are both practical and extraordinary. Imagine microscopic robots no larger than a grain of sand, traveling through your bloodstream to deliver medicine directly to cancer cells. That's not a scene from a fantasy movie, it's the promise of nanobots. Scientists are developing these tiny machines to target diseases with incredible precision, minimizing damage to healthy tissue and revolutionizing treatments for conditions like cancer and heart disease. It's like having a team of minuscule doctors working inside your body, performing tasks that were once thought impossible. But nanotechnology isn't just transforming medicine, it's also redefining the materials we use in everyday life. Picture a smartphone screen that heals itself after a crack or a car that repairs its own scratches. These aren't distant dreams, they're becoming reality thanks to self-healing materials. These advanced materials use nanoscale structures to mend damage automatically, extending the lifespan of products and reducing waste. It's a game changer for sustainability, offering us a way to build smarter and live greener. And it doesn't stop there. In electronics, nanotechnology is making devices faster, smaller, and more energy efficient. Imagine computers that can perform complex calculations in seconds or batteries that charge in minutes instead of hours. These advancements aren't just conveniences, they're reshaping how we interact with technology and opening doors to innovations we've only begun to imagine. The visuals here are mesmerizing. Envision intricate nanotech structures under a microscope, their designs looking more like futuristic art than functional tools. Picture materials that shimmer with otherworldly colors as they repair themselves or sleek gadgets powered by nanoscale components. These images remind us that the future isn't just about big ideas, it's about mastering the small details that make those ideas possible. And while nanotechnology and advanced materials are already making waves, they're just a glimpse of what's to come. As we continue exploring the potential of the minuscule, we're also reimagining how we process and manage information. Edge computing and fog computing are stepping up to bring intelligence closer to where it's needed most, ensuring that our data-driven world stays fast, efficient, and responsive. But more on that next. As we pivot from the microscopic wonders of nanotechnology, let's zoom out just a little to explore how data is becoming smarter and faster in ways that touch our daily lives. Picture this, a world where information doesn't have to travel miles to a distant server before it's processed, but instead gets handled right where it's needed in the blink of an eye. That's the magic of edge computing and fog computing, two revolutionary approaches that are redefining how we handle data in the digital age. Edge computing works by processing data as close to its source as possible. Think of autonomous drones inspecting remote pipelines or monitoring crops in sprawling agricultural fields. These drones don't have the luxury of waiting for a faraway server to analyze the images they capture. Instead, they process the data on board, making real-time decisions about what's damaged, what's growing well, or even what needs immediate attention. It's like having a super smart assistant right there in the field, ensuring efficiency and accuracy without delays. Now, take that concept a step further with fog computing, which acts as a middle layer between the edge and the cloud. Imagine a smart factory buzzing with activity, robots assembling products, sensors tracking equipment performance, and systems predicting maintenance needs before a breakdown occurs. Fog computing allows all these devices to communicate and coordinate without overloading a central server. It's like a conductor leading an orchestra, ensuring every instrument plays its part in perfect harmony. This not only reduces latency but also enhances reliability, making operations smoother and more cost-effective. To bring this to life visually, picture a network diagram where data flows seamlessly from sensors to local processors and then to higher-level systems. Imagine sleek autonomous drones hovering over fields of golden wheat, or rows of robotic arms working in perfect sync inside a futuristic factory. These aren't just cool visuals, they're glimpses into a future where our devices and systems are more interconnected and intelligent than ever before. But the real beauty of edge and fog computing lies in their versatility. From enabling smart cities to monitor traffic in real time, to helping hospitals process critical patient data without a hitch, these technologies are proving that faster processing isn't just about convenience, it's about saving time, resources, and even lives. And as we continue to generate more data than ever before, their role in keeping our digital world responsive and efficient will only grow more vital. With these innovations reshaping how we interact with data, it's clear that the future of computing isn't just about bigger servers or faster internet. It's about bringing intelligence closer to the action. But as we explore the power of data, we must also consider how we can use technology to tackle some of our planet's most pressing challenges, like access to clean water and reducing our carbon footprint. So let's dive into the next wave of breakthroughs that are not only smart but also sustainable. Now, let's shift our focus to innovations that are not only groundbreaking, but also hold the key to solving some of the most urgent challenges facing our planet. Clean water technologies and carbon capture solutions are stepping up as powerful tools in the fight to protect our environment. These advancements aren't just about sustainability, they're about survival. Imagine a world where every drop of seawater can be transformed into fresh, drinkable water. Desalination plants are making this vision a reality. These facilities use advanced filtration systems like reverse osmosis to remove salt and impurities from ocean water, turning it into a reliable source of hydration for millions. Picture massive pipelines carrying purified water to regions plagued by drought, or sleek desalination facilities standing against the horizon, churning out clean water for communities in need. It's a game changer for areas where access to fresh water has long been a struggle. At the same time, scientists and engineers are tackling another global crisis, the growing levels of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. Carbon capture technologies are emerging as a beacon of hope. These systems work by trapping carbon dioxide emissions from sources like power plants and industrial facilities before they enter the air. Some methods even take it a step further, pulling carbon directly from the atmosphere itself. What happens next is just as fascinating. This captured carbon can be stored deep underground or repurposed into useful products, such as building materials or even synthetic fuels. Think of towering carbon capture facilities with intricate lattices of pipes, silently working to scrub the air clean and give our planet a fighting chance. To bring these innovations into sharper focus, imagine a sprawling water filtration plant nestled near a coastline, its gleaming tanks and pipes a testament to human ingenuity. Or visualize a futuristic factory where carbon dioxide, once a harmful pollutant, is being transformed into something valuable right before our eyes. These aren't just abstract ideas, they're tangible solutions that are reshaping how we address environmental challenges. What makes these technologies truly remarkable is their dual impact. They're not only addressing immediate problems like water scarcity and climate change, but also paving the way for a more sustainable future. By reducing our reliance on dwindling freshwater sources and cutting down on harmful emissions, these systems are helping us take meaningful steps toward a healthier planet. As we marvel at how far we've come, it's worth asking, what other frontiers of sustainability can we push forward? With this in mind, let's turn our attention to the next wave of innovations, where technology meets the human mind in ways that challenge the boundaries of possibility. Now, let's venture into a realm where technology doesn't just assist us, but begins to think and interact like us. Neuromorphic computing and brain-computer interfaces represent the cutting edge of how humans and machines are growing closer than ever before. These innovations might sound like they're straight out of science fiction, but they're very much a reality, and their potential is nothing short of extraordinary. Neuromorphic computing is all about designing computer chips that function more like the human brain. Traditional computers process information in a linear fashion, one step at a time. But neuromorphic chips, they mimic the brain's neural networks, allowing them to handle multiple tasks simultaneously, adapt to new information, and even learn from experience. Imagine a computer that doesn't just follow instructions but actually evolves its understanding over time. This technology could revolutionize fields like artificial intelligence, robotics, and even healthcare, where real-time decision-making is crucial. Picture tiny, brain-like processors embedded in devices, making them smarter, faster, and more intuitive than ever before. At the same time, brain-computer interfaces, or BCI, are opening doors to a future where humans can communicate directly with machines using nothing but their thoughts. These systems work by detecting brain signals and translating them into commands that computers or devices can understand. For someone who has lost the ability to move, this could mean regaining control of their body through robotic limbs or exoskeletons. Visualize a person paralyzed from the neck down, using a BCI to walk again with the help of a mechanical suit that responds to their mental commands. It's not just about restoring what was lost. BCIs also hold the promise of enhancing human abilities. Imagine students using BCIs to accelerate their learning, or professionals boosting their focus and memory with the help of neural implants. These possibilities are closer than you might think. To better understand the impact of these technologies, imagine a research lab where scientists are testing a neuromorphic chip that powers a robot capable of navigating complex environments without human input. Or picture a medical facility where a patient is using a BCI to control a computer cursor with their mind, opening up new avenues for communication and independence. These aren't distant dreams, they're happening right now in labs and clinics around the world. What makes neuromorphic computing and brain-computer interfaces particularly exciting is their potential to bridge the gap between human potential and technological capability. They're not just tools, they're extensions of ourselves, designed to amplify our abilities and improve our quality of life. While these advancements bring up important ethical questions about privacy, security, and the boundaries of human enhancement, they also remind us of the incredible possibilities that arise when we push the limits of innovation. As we continue exploring the frontiers of technology, it's clear that the line between human and machine is becoming increasingly blurred. But what happens when these innovations move beyond labs and into our daily lives? With that thought in mind, let's dive into the next chapter of our journey, where science meets sustenance in ways that could redefine how we think about food itself. Stepping into the world of food technology, we find ourselves at the intersection of innovation and necessity. This is where science meets sustenance, redefining how we produce, consume, and even think about food. Two groundbreaking advancements, lab-grown meat and vertical farming, are at the forefront of this transformation, offering solutions to some of the most pressing challenges of our time. Together, they hold the promise of a more sustainable, ethical, and efficient food system. Lab-grown meat, also known as cultured meat, is exactly what it sounds like: real meat grown in a lab rather than harvested from animals. Scientists take a small sample of animal cells and cultivate them in a nutrient-rich environment, allowing the cells to multiply and form muscle tissue, just as they would inside an animal's body. The result is a steak, burger, or chicken fillet that looks, tastes, and feels like traditional meat, but comes without the environmental toll of livestock farming. Imagine a future where you can enjoy the taste of your favorite dish while knowing it was made without harming a single animal. It's not just a dream, it's already happening. Companies around the world are working to bring lab-grown meat to your dinner table, with some products already undergoing taste tests and regulatory reviews. Vertical farming, on the other hand, is transforming agriculture by growing crops in stacked layers, often indoors and under controlled conditions. Instead of sprawling fields, picture towering shelves of lettuce, spinach, and strawberries bathed in the glow of LED lights. This method uses up to 90% less water than traditional farming and eliminates the need for harmful pesticides. Plus, because these farms can operate in urban areas, food doesn't have to travel long distances to reach your plate. Fresher produce, fewer emissions, and year-round harvests. Vertical farming is a win-win for both people and the planet. What makes these technologies truly revolutionary is their combined potential to address global issues like food security, climate change, and animal welfare. Lab-grown meat reduces greenhouse gas emissions and land use while sparing animals from factory farms. Vertical farming can feed growing urban populations without depleting natural resources. Together, they could redefine how we nourish ourselves in an era of rising demand and shrinking resources. Picture a world where a juicy burger comes with a zero-carbon footprint, or where city dwellers harvest their own salads just steps from their front door. These innovations aren't just about convenience, they're about survival and responsibility. As we explore these advancements, it's worth pausing to consider what they mean for the future of food. Will lab-grown meat ever fully replace its traditional counterpart? Can vertical farms truly feed entire cities? The possibilities are as vast as they are inspiring, and the next chapter of this journey dives deeper into the science and ethics behind lab-grown meat, uncovering the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Now, let's take a closer look at what makes lab-grown meat a game-changer, not just for food lovers but for the planet as a whole. Beyond the surface appeal of cruelty-free steaks and guilt-free burgers lies a world of intricate science and complex ethical questions. This is where innovation meets responsibility, and the stakes couldn't be higher. At its core, lab-grown meat relies on a process called cellular agriculture, which essentially mimics how muscle tissue grows in animals. Scientists extract a small sample of stem cells, usually from a harmless biopsy of an animal, and place them in a bioreactor. This bioreactor acts like a high-tech incubator, providing the perfect mix of nutrients, oxygen, and temperature to encourage cell growth. Over time, these cells multiply and form the same muscle fibers and fat tissues you'd find in a traditional cut of meat. It's not magic, it's meticulous science, and it's happening right now in labs across the globe. But what about the environmental benefits of switching to lab-grown meat? traditional livestock farming is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, deforestation, and water usage. Cows, for instance, produce methane, a gas that's far more potent than carbon dioxide when it comes to trapping heat in the atmosphere. Producing just 1 kilogram of beef can require up to 25,000 liters of water. Lab-grown meat, on the other hand, has the potential to slash these numbers dramatically. Studies suggest that it could reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 96% and cut water usage by nearly 90%. Imagine a world where your favorite meals don't come at the cost of a warming planet. That's the promise of this technology. Of course, there are challenges to overcome before lab-grown meat becomes a household staple. One of the biggest hurdles is cost. The first lab-grown burger, unveiled in 2013, cost a staggering $300,000 to produce. Thankfully, prices have plummeted since then, with some companies now able to create cultured meat for just a few dollars per pound. But scaling up production to compete with traditional meat on grocery store shelves is still a work in progress. Building bioreactors large enough to meet global demand, perfecting the texture and taste to match consumer expectations, and navigating regulatory approvals are just a few of the obstacles that remain. Then there's the ethical dimension. While lab-grown meat eliminates the need for factory farming and reduces animal suffering, it raises new questions about how we define food and our relationship with nature. For instance, will people trust something that's grown in a lab? How will it impact farmers who have relied on livestock for generations? And what does it mean for cultural traditions centered around raising and eating animals? These aren't easy questions, but they're essential ones as we navigate this uncharted territory. Despite these challenges, the momentum behind lab-grown meat is undeniable. Companies are racing to refine the technology, and a growing number of consumers are curious, if not outright excited, about the possibilities. Tasting sessions have shown promising results, with many participants unable to tell the difference between cultured meat and the real thing. Imagine sitting down to a meal where every bite is as delicious as it is sustainable. What's not to love? As we continue exploring these advancements, it's clear that lab-grown meat is more than just a scientific achievement. It's a step toward a future where food production aligns with our values, respecting both the environment and the creatures we share it with. And speaking of alignment, the next step takes us even further into the world of sustainable food solutions with a closer look at vertical farming, where crops grow skyward instead of outward. Now, let's turn our attention upward, literally. What if the solution to feeding a growing population wasn't about spreading farms farther across the land, but building them taller? That's the fascinating promise of vertical farming, a technology redefining how we grow food by thinking vertically rather than horizontally. This approach doesn't just save space, it transforms the way we think about agriculture altogether. Picture rows of lush, green crops thriving not in sprawling fields, but inside towering structures located right in the heart of bustling cities. Vertical farming uses stacked layers of growing trays inside controlled environments, often housed in warehouses or specially designed buildings. These farms are powered by advanced systems like hydroponics, aeroponics, or aquaponics, methods that allow plants to grow without soil by delivering nutrients directly to their roots through water or mist. The result is a hyper-efficient growing process that eliminates the need for pesticides, minimizes water usage, and produces food year-round, regardless of weather conditions. Speaking of water, one of the standout benefits of vertical farming is its ability to conserve this precious resource. Traditional farming can be incredibly water-intensive. Think of all the irrigation systems flooding fields under the hot sun, much of which evaporates before it even reaches the plants. Vertical farms, however, recycle water in closed-loop systems, using up to 95% less water than conventional methods. Imagine a future where droughts no longer spell disaster for food production because we've engineered a way to grow crops with just a fraction of the water we use today. Another game-changing advantage is its ability to operate in urban areas. By bringing farms closer to where people live, vertical farming reduces the need for long-distance transportation of fresh produce. This not only cuts down on carbon emissions but also ensures that consumers get fresher, more nutrient-rich food. Imagine walking into a grocery store or even a restaurant and knowing that the lettuce on your plate was harvested just down the street that morning. For cities struggling with limited space or food deserts, areas where fresh produce is hard to come by, this technology could be nothing short of revolutionary. And then there's the matter of consistency. Traditional farming is at the mercy of seasons, soil quality, and unpredictable weather patterns. Vertical farming sidesteps these challenges entirely by creating ideal growing conditions indoors. Climate-controlled environments mean that crops can be grown 12 months a year without worrying about frost, heat waves, or unexpected storms. This reliability is crucial as we look for ways to stabilize food supplies in the face of a changing climate. Of course, vertical farming isn't without its hurdles. Setting up these high-tech farms requires significant upfront investment, and the energy needed to power the artificial lighting and climate control systems can be substantial. Engineers and innovators are working on ways to make vertical farms more energy efficient, exploring renewable energy sources like solar and wind to offset their carbon footprint. There's also the challenge of scaling up the technology to meet global demand right now. Most vertical farms focus on leafy greens and herbs, but expanding to more calorie-dense crops like grains and root vegetables is the next big challenge. Despite these obstacles, the potential for vertical farming is immense. Companies around the world are already proving that it's possible to grow food in ways that were once considered science fiction. Some have even integrated automated systems powered by artificial intelligence to monitor plant health, optimize growing conditions, and harvest crops with precision. These innovations not only make the process more efficient, but also offer a glimpse into a future where farming is less about backbreaking labor and more about smart, sustainable technology. As we continue this journey through the groundbreaking technologies shaping our future, one thing becomes clear. Solving the challenges of tomorrow requires thinking outside the box, or in this case, thinking upward. From lab-grown meat to vertical farming, these innovations remind us that the future of food is not just about survival, it's about thriving in harmony with the planet. And speaking of harmonious solutions, our next stop brings us to the mind-bending world of neuromorphic computing and brain-computer interfaces, where the line between human and machine blurs in ways you won't want to miss. As we reach the end of this journey through 30 groundbreaking innovations, it's hard not to feel a sense of awe about what lies ahead. Each of these technologies, from artificial intelligence to lab-grown meat, vertical farming, and beyond, carries the promise of reshaping our lives in profound ways. They aren't just standalone advancements, they're pieces of a much larger puzzle, working together to create a future that's smarter, more sustainable, and more connected. Imagine a world where renewable energy powers our cities, autonomous vehicles navigate our streets, and brain-computer interfaces unlock new dimensions of human potential. It's a future that's not as distant as it might seem, but here's the most exciting part. This future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we actively shape. Every choice we make, whether it's supporting clean energy initiatives, embracing new technologies, or simply rethinking how we grow and consume food, plays a role in determining the world we'll live in tomorrow. These innovations remind us that the possibilities are endless, but they also challenge us to think critically about how we want to use them. Will we prioritize sustainability? Equity, progress, the answers start with each of us. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought. What role do you want to play in this tech-driven future? Are you excited about a particular technology we discussed today? Or maybe there's something we didn't cover that you're passionate about. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your ideas in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about how we can all contribute to building a better tomorrow. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Together, let's keep exploring the incredible possibilities that lie ahead. Thank you for watching, and remember, the future isn't just something we predict. It's something we create.